This guy put on a hat. Hey!
Oh, hey!
Wait, let me turn on all my lights. I was actually gonna show Josh before we started the podcast how pour over coffee works. That's a loser.
Whoa, that's so cool.
Man, this guy loves coffee. I'm not big on coffee. I tried to be. I convinced myself in college. I was like, oh, everybody's doing it to stay awake, stay alert. Oh, my stomach after maybe a sip of coffee, not having it.
No, I'm like that too. I'm definitely more of a tea person than coffee, I'd say. I tried to get into it too because I was like, yo, it just gets you hyped up. It's awesome. And then I feel like it just makes me bounce off the walls.
Exactly. The craziest thing is it's so weird. Like I feel like I just got like a caffeine rush. I get so tired after drinking coffee.
Mm-hmm.
But like
it just crashes.
Yeah. I know it's so weird because coffee's supposed to be the one thing that keeps you up. I should try cocaine. Stop. Am I not supposed to say that? Chris, thank you so much for being on this episode. Thank you so much for reaching out.
Thank you guys. Thanks so much for having me. It's actually really funny because Dom's actually one of my buddies. I know him from the gym I go to.
No.
And I saw him post the podcast with you guys, and I was like, dang, that's so cool. So I checked your other episodes, and I just really resonated with some of the things you guys were saying. For example, I can't remember if it was either Justin or Josh, but one of you guys were saying how you wanted to become a cop, and you were actually like almost you were trying it out and everything, and you just found out like, hey, this is not what I'm passionate about. I'm not going to do something every day for the rest of my life that I'm not passionate about. And I definitely have a similar sort of story for that, with just trying to find something that I'm passionate about and meaningful too. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna reach out to these guys. They seem like really cool guys.
That's awesome.
Thanks so much for having me.
I didn't know you knew Dom. That's awesome. That's just
I know, right?
Let's get this podcast started. Oh yeah, perfect. Let's do that. All right, you ready? Hey everybody, what is going on? Welcome back to another episode of the Talks podcast with your hosts Justin
and Josh.
We have a special guest. Riz, introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, my name is Riz. I'm really excited to be on this podcast episode. So thank you to Justin and Josh for having me.
Woo! Let's go. So yeah, Riz, honestly, tell us a little. I mean, Josh, you know what? You take this away because I told Josh he's leading this episode.
I am going to be hosting mainly. You know, gotta take lead on this one. So please tell us about yourself. Tell us, who you are, what you do. Yeah, let's hear it.
Definitely. So in high school, and just growing up as a kid, I had a little bit of, I don't want to say I was like super overweight, but I just had a little bit of extra weight that I was a little bit insecure about. And that's what kind of started my whole journey into fitness and just wanting to be healthy overall. And originally in high school, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with my life. And I went into a science and business program, which has taught me a lot, and it's okay, but it's definitely not what I'm passionate about. And so ever since I was able to lose weight, and I was able to also help some of my friends and family, they would ask me certain questions and things like that, and I was just like, dang, I really like this fitness thing. This is really cool. And then I was following kind of bodybuilding type workouts for a long time, and then I realized, you know what, I had a huge paradigm shift. I said, it's really hard to focus and kind of focus on your appearance and how, you look and everything like that. And I was like, I had a huge shift from focusing instead of just looking a certain way to instead feeling a certain way and being strong. And I'm just kind of on this mission now. I started a YouTube channel and create a lot of content around just helping as many people as I can, specifically women, with just adopting like a healthy body image and just focusing on being strong instead of having to always be super skinny and super thin, because it's not about how you look, it's about how you feel and your health. And so now I'm just really into fitness. I'm also a personal trainer. So just want to help as many people out there as I can.
No, that's amazing.
I love
that's
that.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Thanks, guys.
So you're saying that your fitness journey started after high school?
Yeah. So in high school, I was just trying those kind of like 2-week fad diets. I just eat spinach for 2 weeks, think I would lose weight. It was obviously not the way to go. And I didn't really understand the whole premise of, building your basal metabolic rate by putting on muscle. I just did cardio, nothing would really work. And then once I really just learned a lot more about nutrition, and I learned a lot more about how to lift weights properly and build muscle, then it kind of just ignited that flame of, hey, I can be healthy the right way.
There we go.
Know what I mean.
I like that.
Thanks.
No, did you so who inspired you to go into powerlifting, what you love doing now? Like was there a certain figure that you looked up to, and then kind of that motivated you into doing what you love doing now?
Definitely, that's a great question. I would say at the first start of who really inspired me to just get into the gym at the very, very beginning would be my boyfriend, Ben. He really got into the gym before I did, and he would just be lifting weights and got really buff and everything. I was like, dang, that's kind of cool. How'd you do that? And so he was like, you know what? We lived together in second year of university. He was like, why don't we get a gym membership together? We'll go at 5 a.m. every day. It'll be great. And I was like, oh, dang, that sounds really early. But we did it. And the first, that time I had no idea what I was doing. I was just using random machines and not really going anywhere, but that kind of got things started. And then as I learned more and developed a routine, it was good. But I would say for powerlifting, the gym I go to now, which is just a Good Life close to me, there is this guy that works out there, and I would just see him like deadlifting and squatting like over 5 plates. And to see that in person is really, really cool, because I'd see it online and I'd be like, dang, that's awesome. But to see it in person is just a whole other, it's a really cool thing. So I went up and talked to him and just like introduced myself and became friends with him. And over the course of just like talking with him a lot, he taught me so much about powerlifting and really got me into it.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so cool. It's so funny that you said that, because I remember this was last year, so I wasn't working out too much, but I was trying to stay consistent. And I asked my girlfriend one time, I was like, hey, you want to come run up and down these stairs with me? So I was in Hamilton at the time, and Hamilton has this mountain where it has about like maybe 1,000 steps going from the bottom of the mountain to the top. Okay. So I was like, hey, do you want to run with me? Mind you, it's like 7 a.m. Okay. My shift started at like 12, so I had some time to kill. So she was super, and she's like, bro, that's like 1,000 steps. What do you mean? So like I convinced her. We go. We started from the top, we go down. Going downstairs is always the easiest part. Like going down, no problem. Back up, that is always a struggle. So I made it up. She finally catches up to me. Right, that was our first time. Right, our first go. I was like, all right, stretch. Let's go for another. She looked at me like I was insane. She looked at me like crazy. I was like, dog, we only did it once going up. And she's like, no, I'm done. She's so tired, she's so sore, she's so cranky. I was like, all right, fine. And I was like, you know what, let's do a different workout then. But like I did the same thing with my producer as well. I like cardio in a sense, not running, but like stairs are cool. I did this producer, like I asked him if we wanted to do the stairs. I was like, yo, let's run up and down the stairs. Same thing. We go down, easy part. We go up. Like halfway through, he's like, Josh, like, I'll just meet you up there. He stopped. We finally get up. I'm stretching. I was like, all right, Schwa, ready for round 2? He's like, I'm done. I was like, no. But so I was like, all right, it's all good. Let's go back. Bro, he throws up. He throws up like right by.
Oh,
like,
no.
I was like, oh, I guess you couldn't do another round.
He really pushed himself to his limits.
I was like, dang, my bad. I didn't mean to, but I like motivating people, but I gotta realize that everybody's different. You know what I mean? Like let people learn at their own pace and whatnot. But
No, not
yeah.
with that risk. I do have a question for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you think it would be harder to be in the gym if it wasn't with your boyfriend?
That's a really great question. I think it it probably would have been harder because when I first, stepped foot and got a gym membership, we would go together. And if I was unsure about something, I would just like poke him with like
There
his
we go.
headphones in and him going in beast mode. And I'd be like, hi, can you help me?
Because personally, like I say this all the time, like I used to find it so hard to do things alone. Like if I wasn't working out with friends, I wasn't working out at all. If I didn't go and do something else, like I just couldn't do anything alone. And like the gym is a great place to find yourself. In the start, like it's great to have somebody.
Definitely.
But now I'm working out on my own every day, and it's just like a different mentality. But I wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't have someone back then. So I just want to know, like, how far do you think you'd be without someone in the beginning?
Definitely. That's a great point, Justin, because I really agree with that as well. Because now for me, it's a journey that I'm on my own. And if I didn't kind of have somebody there at the start, I would say it, and I still had to figure out a lot on my own. It was just nice to kind of have more of an accountability partner, especially going so early. If one person doesn't wake up, you wake them up and vice versa. But I would say that if I had to completely do it alone, even with powerlifting, if I didn't have somebody in my gym to talk to ask questions, it's definitely harder because it would take longer to learn because there's so much information. Like you Google something, you YouTube something, and everyone has different opinions. So to have kind of one person to kind of like bounce things off of and to help you out, it makes a big difference for sure.
Yeah, the reason why I brought that up is because obviously you said you do personal training. The reason why I admire and love personal trainers is because they're doing it for the people that don't have someone.
Definitely.
And like,
yes,
because like I said, like I know I wouldn't be as far as I am today if I didn't have people in the beginning. I probably wouldn't be working out right now if I didn't have people in the beginning. Working out, what's that?
No, no, it's
for sure.
so good. Like being able to just surround yourself with people who motivate you, like people who just push you to that point where you're like, you know what, yeah, like I am gonna be a better me. Like those are always the best people to put yourself around. And
100%.
yeah, so I want to get into another question, and it involves insecurities with working out. And I wanted to ask you, when you first started working out, with your fitness journey, did you ever feel insecure at the very beginning? And did you eventually overcome it? And how did that how did that work with you?
100%. Let me tell you guys, at the start, I was super insecure even before I even got into the gym, with just having a little bit of extra weight in high school and also in my younger school years, just having people kind of make fun of like my stomach and things like that. I was already insecure and not confident going into the gym. And especially being a girl in the gym when they're mostly male dominated is really tough. So if there's not like a women's only section, chances are you're going to be around a lot of like bigger guys. That's really intimidating. So especially with the environment going into it, I would say, I remember the first time I go in and these two like huge guys are just like making all these like noises. They're going like so intense, just like right beside me. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna cancel my membership.
Oh man.
And I was definitely, and I always wore really baggy shirts. I wore, I was like completely like, I didn't want any attention drawn to myself. But then once I got more secure and I really realized, you know what, everybody comes from a different starting point. And now that I'm kind of a little bit more intermediate or advanced in the gym, I would never judge a beginner. Like if I see somebody struggling, the last thing I'm going to do is make fun of them, because everybody has different levels. You have to start from somewhere. So now kind of just knowing like, hey, everyone starts from a different level. I now have more confidence and I can work out in like a sports bra and not stress about it. So definitely, came a long way from that.
That is
See, because here's the thing, like I can't imagine what it's like to be a girl in the gym for obvious reasons, but I get why it's more comfortable being in a woman's only section. So the gym that I go to, it's mainly like 70-year-olds, like it's seniors, because it's a center, it's a home center. I only go because it's cheap, but I'm comfortable there because I know like no one, like first of all, I'm confident in myself, like I don't care who judges me. But I went to do you live in Brampton?
I actually live in Georgetown.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I
you know
work-
what? I know exactly what good life you're talking about, because Dom used to tell me which good life this guy. Anyways, there's an LA Fitness in Brampton on Bovaird and just past the fort, like way past 410 actually. Sandalwood. Bovaird and Sandalwood. There's an LA Fitness there. I go there at the worst time. Never go anyone out there. Do not go to an LA Fitness at 5 o'clock. You will not get a machine. So, but anyways, there's these massive dudes, and here's the thing: I'm a smaller guy, like 5'6". I'm 170 now. Like I'm thick, but I'm not like big.
Nice.
I'm because me and Josh, we used to always struggle. Like I really struggled with gaining weight.
Bro, we were like 130, like soaking wet.
Wow. You guys made awesome progress. Good for you guys.
Oh yeah, it was hard. Like honestly, after learning a new, actually, you know what? Sidetracked. Let's get back to the story. We'll talk about that after. We'll get into that with the health part of this episode. But anyways, LA Fitness, I go there and oh my God, I felt like for the first time in like a long time, I felt so like nervous, so anxious, so shy. I'm like discouraged because I'm looking at these massive dudes. And this was when I couldn't even bench 2 plates yet. I was like, yo, I don't want to go to a bench and throw on a plate. Like, I'm just wasting time. I'm just wasting their time. So I sort of get where you're coming from, but like obviously from a completely different level. But I can only understand like how difficult it could be being a female working in a male dominant gym. And that's why is that why you go to Good Life? Because they have a women's section only?
Well, actually the Good Life now, so there used to be 2 Good Lives around me, and one of them was just a women's only Good Life. It was in a superstore, and like it was just like completely women's only, and I went there for a long time. And then once COVID started, they just couldn't keep open, so they completely closed. So now I know, so now I go to the co-ed one, and there's not a women's only section, but I'm at the point now where I'm like, I don't give a crap about what people think. I'm like, I'm just gonna go in there. And I put my headphones in and I just blast the world out. I'm like, it's chill.
That's good. That's awesome.
Just because we're talking about it, because I remember the first time like I ever started working out, and it was like kind of right after high school. I was working full time at McDonald's. What had happened was my boy Mateo, shout outs to Mateo. He asked me, he's like, yo, Josh, you want to come work out with me? And if it wasn't for Mateo, like I would not be, the guy I am, like working out. Because like I said, me and Justin were like 130 soaking wet. Like it was, we looked lean, I guess. Like, I guess we thought in our heads, we're like, oh, we're jacked or whatever. But
we were twigs, man.
And I was like, yo, what was going on in our heads? We thought we were like top notch. Oh, it was so, but like I remember walking into the gym and I don't know if it's my mindset or if I was just being cocky, but like I was never up. Justin's webcam disabled. What a loser. No.
Oh no.
Well, actually I'll keep going with the story, but I remember the first time going to the gym. I was lucky to have Mateo because he was oh, can you hear me, Justin? No. Okay. Anyway, but having someone, like you said, you have your boyfriend there with you. like I had Mateo there with me the first time, and just him being there gassing me up, you know, and like you said, taking accountability, like making sure we both are doing what we're doing. Man, it just makes such an amazing experience, especially for first time, like weightlifting or just working out in general. And it's something that Justin and I always say, right? Community over competition, right? Because you always want to bring each other up, right? Yeah, I'm waiting for Justin now. There you go.
I've been listening. I have to change the battery again.
You're good? Okay, no problem. Community over competition, right, Justin?
I love that.
The thing
That's
like
awesome.
with Mateo, like he was not like he didn't want to look, or like he wasn't looking to be like stronger or better looking than me, but somehow he managed to do that. Like we moved together as a unit. You know what I mean? Like this guy does not know how to change his
I'm
battery.
so no. I don't know. I just disconnected. It does that. Sorry. We're good. Wait. There we go.
Yeah. I also want to get into something that all three of us actually we have all three of us have something that in common. Sorry, we all
Curly
have something
hair.
in common.
Yo,
Let's go.
let's go.
No. So we all have something in common, right? We all want to be the greatest in our field, right? You want to be the strongest woman. I want to be the best musician. Justin just wants to be right.
Oh, wow!
Just
You're
got burned.
roasting me.
But yeah, no, I love it, right? It's having that mindset, right? That you want to be the best, right? And just ignoring what people said. Like you said, you know, you put in your headphones, you block the whole world out. It's just you, yourself, and your craft. But
Definitely.
No, because
Yeah.
I was telling Josh this. I was watching one of your YouTube videos, and you had said you want to be the strongest woman.
I do.
And the reason why I'm like, yo, I really want you on is because of that mindset. So,
Thank you.
a while back, I was, do you know who Logan Paul is?
Yeah, of course.
So the only reason why I really liked Logan was because of one video that he made. And he stated to himself, I want to be the greatest entertainer.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
it's like,
remember that.
I want to, me personally, I love surrounding myself with people that have such an ambition, like such an ambitious mindset, such great energy. And the worst thing about me is I don't tell myself I want to be the greatest videographer. I want to make the greatest film. Personally, in my life, I haven't said that yet. I've only manifested things that I believe is in my reach. Even if they're very ambitious, they're still in my reach. For someone like you to say, I am going to be the strongest woman, I was just like, oh, let's go. And I really wanted to pick your brain and think, why is that the goal?
Definitely. That's a great question. And thank you. I do appreciate it. I definitely, when I am focused on something, I get obsessed and I just want to go all in. And I even tell, like the other week, I was telling some of my buddies at the gym, I was like, yo guys, I'm going to bench 300 pounds. And they both look at me like, yeah, okay. Like we can't bench 300 pounds and we're double your size and we're also dudes. So good luck with that. And whenever I tell people that, they're like, they just think I'm crazy. But to be honest with you, I think that I really want to be a role model for women and just girls, even like younger teenage girls, that whatever you set your mind to, you can really achieve. And even when people tell you, especially, you know, like if people tell you you can't do something, prove them wrong and keep on fighting for what you want and what you have your mind to, and you will get it. And I know it's going to be hard too, because I'm a natural athlete and I don't plan on doing steroids or anything like that. So it's definitely going to be hard to be the strongest woman in the world, but I will not stop until I get it. And I really do believe that you only fail if you stop trying.
There we go.
You know, like that's what I believe. You know, if you just keep on trying, you are succeeding.
I fucking love that shit. I say that all the time. Oh my God. Now I'm fired up.
Yo, let's go.
That's sick. That's amazing. Such a great on this one.
Thank you guys.
God,
you
you're going
too.
off-
I
you're
love your
going off-
mindsets as well.
You're going on this tangent. I want to be like, oh, like, anyways, that was fantastic.
I'm saying that is. Justin, you have another question for her?
No, I had something to say, and then she was like, I was just like focusing
it.
on what she was saying. So no, like honestly, that's fantastic. That's what I want to bring up. It took me 4 years to bench 2 plates. 4 years. And you're right about the only way you fail is if you stop.
Mm-hmm.
So with that in mind, has there been times where you wanted to stop?
It's funny that you bring that up, Justin, because actually recently I got injured about a couple months ago, and apparently this injury, I've been to a couple physiotherapists and chiropractor, and apparently what I'm hearing now, I still don't know what's going on for certain, but right now I just saw him yesterday, and he said, I think this kind of injury just revealed something that was kind of going on, some sort of like hip instability that I had from before. Who knows what it's from? So he recommended me someone else that I have to go see. So I'm not sure what's going on, but it's definitely been really hard because he told me, and I have a lot of back pain because of it. And so he told me, he's like, yeah, no heavy hip hinge movements. So I can't squat, I can't deadlift. So those are 2 out of the big 3, right?
Yeah, there we go. Oh.
I know. So it's been very hard because I recently went all in on powerlifting. Like before I was doing kind of like first bodybuilding and then like a power building, like kind of, still doing the bodybuilding type workouts with like some strength in there. And then starting 2022, I was like, I'm going all in, full powerlifting, starting this new powerlifting program. And then this happened. So it's been very, very difficult because when you have a goal that's like so clear cut and you literally can't work towards it, it's extremely difficult, and it's been very hard mentally for me these last couple months for sure.
Josh had that experience a couple days ago.
Really?
Sorry,
What happened?
It was last week. My cat broke my charger. She chewed through my charger. And my laptop died, and because I do music, right? So everything I do is on my laptop. So my laptop was dead. I couldn't do anything. And I was like, oh, sure, I can practice, but there's
only so much practicing you can do.
So you dish out all the content, but I can't. I was like, oh, mind you, that's not as severe.
I was gonna say that's obviously not as traumatic as this.
No, it is though, in a sense, because definitely when you can't do exactly what you need to do, like for example, when you're saying like still practice and stuff, like for now I'm just doing rehab and really light exercise. It's similar to what you were saying, but it's not the actual thing. So it's like so frustrating.
But I don't want to compare the fact that I could buy a $20 charger. The fact that you but I do want to get into that topic in the second half, because we're gonna obviously take a break. It's about 10 minutes.
Like 10 minutes. Oh, but I do have to bring up one thing because I finally got it back. So when the guys at the gym were telling you, oh, like 300 pounds, you can't lift 300 pounds, you're smaller than me, this and that, whatever, your girl. There's 2 ways that people react to negative comments and negativity. There's like the prove them wrong mentality, or the, oh, they're right. I know the worst part is I don't know why people look at other people and think, oh, you're right, when you're so passionate and believe something. Like, I love that mindset that you're just, you know what? Fuck them. I'm gonna prove them wrong. Here's the thing. That's a powerful mindset. But the problem with like most people is they don't have that mindset. Because they're not, because of insecurities, because of doubt. And Josh I love bringing it up because Josh said it once. Doubt is the biggest dream killer.
100%.
If you share, that's so facts.
I don't like sharing my goals and dreams with a lot of people because I'm not saying like there's two, like basically don't share your big goals with small-minded people because they will never understand.
Bro, I got a quote for that one.
Huh?
Bees don't tell flies that honey is greater than shit. Right?
Like why waste?
I love that.
He does not waste their time trying to explain to a fly that honey's better than shit. So why tell people, who are fly like minded?
There we go. And I love to even bring up
That's so
like
cool.
do you guys, obviously we all know Jeff Bezos. That dude started off just handing out books. It started with books. And people doubted him. They were like, yeah, like what are you doing? There were so many people that lost, bro. There could have been so many more millionaires in this world, but it's because they doubted Bezos that they're not.
Exactly.
So it's like that's why, like, to inspire people, to motivate people, be open-minded. Always be open-minded. Don't let other people telling you, oh, this is impossible. Nothing is impossible. It may take forever, mind you, but nothing is impossible. Because
Definitely.
with your goal of lifting benching 300, what's the end date? Like, do you have a timeline?
Honestly, at first I was really trying to figure out, okay, when can I do this by? And then once I had this injury, and also it gets to a point where once you like the first bit when you put on strength, it's a lot easier, and then you kind of hit a plateau where it gets harder and harder and harder to get stronger. So I don't have a specific timeline, but it's more just like I will not give up, and I will just keep working at it until I get to it. And it was really interesting because you guys know Grant Cardone.
Oh, of course.
Have you
Love
heard?
that guy.
Yes. I just finished reading his book, The 10X Rule.
Nice. Yeah.
It was a good one. And he was saying, whatever goal you have for yourself, set one that is 10 times that. Just 10 times the action, 10 times the goal, everything like that. And he's like, because a lot of times you're working at way below your capacity and your potential. And so it's like, if you shoot super high and you even get close to that, that's way higher than you would have gotten if you shot for lower, No,
don't cap yourself.
Yes.
So Grant Cardone is a huge like real estate guy. Like he's always like, oh, invest in real estate, invest. This is the only way you get financial freedom, this and that. But I love people that have that mindset of real estate, investing, and working out, because you can bring like every what's the word?
Right?
No, not personality. Every like trait that goes behind that, like having the mindset of being able to work out every day, having the mindset of investing, being smart, thinking 10 times what your actual goal is. Those are the people you want to surround yourself with, because they will keep you going.
100%.
So here's the thing. I'm very optimistic, and it pisses Josh off because I'm very no, it's so unrealistic. It really is.
I am too. Same.
I tell John
so unrealistic.
So Josh is a musician. I always tell this guy, yo, make an album. For the past couple months, I was like, yo, write an album. Who the fuck cares if no one listens to it? Like, but Josh is like, I don't want to. Actually, Josh, explain.
So if Justin was my manager, I'd fire him. You know what I mean? Like, listen, like, again, and it's something I do want to get into in the next part, because it's about ego, okay? But we'll definitely get into that in the next part. But with writing an album, so right now I'm just doing singles, right? Just dropping song after song. I dropped a song yesterday. There we go.
Ooh, have to check it out. Let's go.
Yeah. So it's all about having the right mindset. Right. So if you're not in the right mindset to do something or to accomplish something, it's not going to turn out the best that it's going to be. Right. So until I have that mindset of, oh, I am going to do this, I'm never going to, it's not going to be as perfect as I want it to be. Taking it back to like working out, Justin's goal was lifting. Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
So Justin's goal, he was like, oh, I'm going to lift 2 plates. That was never my goal. Okay. I think like I can bench a plate and maybe 15 on each side, like somewhat comfortable.
Let's be realistic here.
Realistically, 10 pounds. I can lift 10 pounds comfortably.
That's okay.
Thank you.
That's good. That's good.
Hear that, Justin? It is okay. But yeah, like whatever you are comfortable with, like stick to that, right? You never want to push yourself to something that personally will injure you, hurt you, or that you're not like like
But
that, it's all about passion too, right? If you're not passionate about it, right, then
100%.
don't do things that will satisfy other people, because at the end of the day, you don't
it's
want
about
to.
you.
There we go. It's all
Yeah.
about, right? Whatever makes you happy at the end, right? An
See, the
album's
only
not
quick
happy, Justin. It's not gonna make me happy.
the
Like,
only
I
quick rebuttal that I have is
offended.
no, because me and Josh, we're very different minded. It's I'm the step out of your comfort zone. Do what makes you uncomfortable. Don't live in comfort.
Definitely.
Also, Josh, and my mindset is also like doing things that will make you fail, because
Yes.
you only learn from there.
Put yourself in those situations. It's so true, because even when before, like it took me a long time to start my YouTube channel
There we
and
go.
also just like start an Instagram account and everything. And I was so uncomfortable because I'm like, people from, that know me are gonna be watching these videos. I'm gonna be so cringy. And I'm like, you know what? Like true growth comes in the situations that you're uncomfortable, and you have to force yourself to develop those traits to actually grow and be better.
There we go. And like Josh, take this for example, Riss, she's obviously passionate about powerlifting, about working out. She's not very passionate about social media. But she had to do social media. Not have to, but like it's something that will benefit her.
Definitely.
Just like Josh, an album, here's the thing. What is an album, even if it's a bad album, what's it going to do for you? It's not going to benefit you negatively.
Of course not. I'm just not in the right mindset right now.
You think she would? Josh, you have to step out of your comfort zone and do it. Riss started a YouTube channel and she wasn't comfortable, bro. She's not comfortable.
You got it. And
you know how hard it is to be a YouTuber? I can make an album.
And something too, even that I heard somebody say that really stuck with me at the beginning stages of my YouTube channel, and this could also help you out too, Josh, is she was like, okay, just get your first 100 videos out there. Like put stuff out there, see what people relate to, see what sticks, see what gets traction. She's like, those first 100 videos or whatever, they're going to suck, but don't worry, because it's going to get better. And even just like if you're creating new music, it's not going to be perfect off the bat, but you can see like, hey, what am I getting comments about? What do people actually like? And kind of just know that it's going to evolve, because I'm definitely a perfectionist, and like I needed things to I needed the editing to be good, everything. And I was like, I'm just going to post it and see what happens.
All right, we have less than a minute. We will jump on to the next call now. Okay. Say that again.
That was just for you and you guys only.
No, but yo, Riss, you're so right. The first 100 episodes or 100 videos, that's what you should. Josh only has 14 songs out. Why do you only have 14 songs out? 15. You only have 15. And how long have you been doing this for?
Just a year.
Yeah, there's 365 days in a year, and you drop.
I hate this time so much. I hate it so much. I told myself I was going to drop a song every month. Okay. And that was my times 10. So Justin,
that's your times 10? No, Josh. If you're going to drop one song a month, your times 10 is times 10 of that.
10 a month.
Dang.
Yo.
Justin, how many short films and movies have you put out?
None.
Oh, there we go. All right. We are back, everybody.
Okay, hi. We are back.
We're done roasting each other. But Riss, for this part, I wanted to get into ego lifting, because I watched your YouTube video and it's very inspiring. So yeah, I just want to hear it from you, right? What you call it? Let's hear your story about it.
Definitely. So I think that that definitely sparked my kind of like initial injury, that incident, and just kind of revealed other issues that were going on. But I'll speak to that incident, Josh. And basically, I was doing farmer's walk, which, if you guys know, it's just like you carry 2 dumbbells and you just walk across the gym with them. And it's supposed to be really good for your core, grip strength, your traps as well, stuff like that. And I hadn't done this exercise in a really long time. And I was at the gym and I asked one of my buddies, I was like, hey, what do you think is an impressive amount to farmer's walk with for me? Like, what do you think is like a good amount? Like, I didn't really know. He was like, probably 65s, like 165, like a 65 and a 65 in both hands, right?
Lightweight,
And I was
okay.
like, all right, I'm gonna grab the 70s because that's just, you know,
Oh, Josh, Vince used to do that. Anyway, sorry, Russ, go on.
bad idea. So every time I would set the dumbbells down, I would just have a rounded back, and because they were too heavy and I shouldn't have been lifting that, especially because I'd done this exercise in a really long time. And I was also like, my erectors and my back muscles were just really sore from just the powerlifting program I was on at that time. So really not a good idea. I definitely learned that you can't do something to just like you shouldn't try and prove yourself to anybody but yourself. That's something that I learned, and it was really humbling, because you can hurt yourself really easily if you just do stupid things like that. And I'm like, yo, I'm never gonna ego lift again. I made so many videos about it because I'm like, please don't do it. Like, if you're trying to impress someone at the gym, it's not worth it. And it might even be, hey, don't go to the gym with friends if you feel like you're gonna ego lift and put yourself in that situation.
Exactly.
Because I definitely can relate to you in such a big way. So obviously, like me and Justin, we worked out a lot. Like we worked out all the time. And it's crazy because now he can bench 2 plates, and very proud of him. But like
that shit.
That's like, he does that, but like I was having trouble. Like I can't bench, like I haven't been weightlifting. I've been doing calisthenics. Okay.
That's cool.
Just yeah, what can I say? Yeah, I know. But I remember I was benching. Okay, this is when we were fresh. It was me, Justin, Vinny, Mateo, and I was okay. This is where I almost died. So
I love this video.
Benching one. It was 125. It was 120. No,
it was a plate in 10. A plate in 10.
Plate in 10, and I'm benching it. Okay, but my spotter wasn't paying attention, and I was done. I was like, oh, it's too heavy. I was like, but I couldn't talk because I was so tired. It goes to my neck, and I couldn't talk. I'm like, you can see a vein popping off my body.
Yo, Russ, I'm recording this whole thing.
Bro, Justin's recording this too.
You're recording.
Bro, Vincent, my buddy Vincent, shout out to Vincent. This kid, this is what he was doing. Ready? I'm Vincent. Ready? He's looking away. I'm staring at him. I'm watching him look at somebody else, bar on my neck. He finally looks down. He's like, oh, my bad.
Oh my God. That's so scary.
It was so funny because I was like, I'm fine. But just got it all on video, so it was worth it. Thanks, Justin.
Justin clutched with the video.
The camera down.
Back in the vlog days, I miss those. But yeah, no, every time I work out with Justin, I always try to match him, or I try to outshine him, which never works. It just doesn't work, right? Because we're too like, even though we're twins,
very different lifestyle.
You know,
I can totally relate to that, because my sister, she benches way more than me. Like, she's super strong. She's also younger than me, and she's very, very strong. Like, she can bench over a plate, like a little bit over a plate. And she's awesome. So she definitely benches more than me. And the fact that she's younger than me too, I'm just like, dang it, like I want to be able to do this. So I relate to you, Josh. And even though we have the same genetics and stuff, still, or like similar genetics, still everybody has different strength levels and different rates at which they gain strength. And we had different workout programs. Like you were saying, you were focusing more on like calisthenics and stuff like that. So, and I wasn't focusing on building strength for a long time. It was more just like the bodybuilding type workouts. So I know what that feels like.
Doesn't it? No,
but also one thing I did want to bring up is like strength in like different body types. So our buddy Mateo, our buddy Mateo, he is 130 or 140.
Okay.
And he benches 2 plates.
Wow.
And I'm 170 and I can bench 2 plates. What's more impressive? Obviously him. Also, he looks like he has 0% body fat, so he looks really good while he does it. I have,
Really good.
I've been bulking because I'm like, okay, to get stronger, you have to get, but that's a different mentality, right? It's like, if you want to get stronger, you have to put on mass. It only makes sense. Like when I was younger, I wanted to be lean and strong, but now I'm focusing on wanting to be strong.
You know what? It's a lot of people do think that for sure, but honestly, you don't need to be big to be strong. In time, as you get stronger, you'll put on muscle.
There we go. So
You
yeah,
know?
like with you, actually, I'm not even gonna ask that. It's like, how much do you? No,
Bench, bro. Yo, how much do you bench, Riz?
Well, okay, before I got injured, like now it went way down because you lose strength quite quickly,
Yeah.
unfortunately, when you're not benching, or at least benching a lot lower weights. But before, I would say my max was probably around 120. It wasn't anything crazy.
Oh.
And the reason that it's a lot, like in my deadlift at that time too, was probably around 260. So I could deadlift like a lot more and squat a lot more than I could bench. And the reason for that, actually, funny story, is I didn't start benching until like probably about a year and a half ago, like a while into my fitness journey and everything that, because I was really scared about like people would say to me all the time, like, you're gonna look so manly as a girl, you're gonna lose like your boobs, all this stuff is gonna happen. And people were saying that to me, and I got really like
Discouraged.
I was just kind of like, yo, yeah, exactly, discouraged. And then I got to the point where I was like, benching is awesome, like screw what
so
people say. It's so much fun, and it turned out to be my favorite lift, and that's why I have the 300-pound goal specifically for bench. Like I don't like, of course I want to increase my squat and deadlift too because I'm a power lifter, but that's why now I'm like going all in on bench, because it's just kind of like, you know what, this is proving to myself that I don't care about looking manly, or I don't care about that stuff. And so that's why it's not as strong as my other lifts, because I didn't start doing it until fairly recently.
What's your squat?
My squat, so high bar, I was able to squat a lot, and then I actually switched from high bar to low bar because the power lifter I was talking to, and he was like, yeah, most power lifters are low bar squatters.
Yeah.
And because you just get a lot more power, you can get stronger that way. So I lost a lot of strength because it took me about like a month or two to switch to low bar, because I just wanted to get the form figured out. It's harder on your shoulders, so I had to work on shoulder mobility, all that stuff. So it dropped, like it dropped, and then as soon as I was actually like good with it, then I got the injury, and I was like, nice.
See, and now I'm a little curious. What's the difference between high bar and low bar?
Great question. So high bar, basically the bar just sits like right above, like kind of on your upper traps, whereas the low bar, it'll sit kind of like on your rear delts more so.
Yeah.
A little bit lower. And it depends on kind of what your anatomy and body type is. One might feel better than the other, but generally low bar, you can get a little more power from it, because since the bar is a little bit lower on your back, your hamstrings and glutes, like the posterior chain, can be more involved than high bars, a little more quads. So that's why you can kind of get a little bit more power and more strength that way.
So I want to show you guys a video, and it's funny as hell. Where is it? I'll find it quick. So it's weird. Like I always tell Josh, if you didn't record it, it didn't happen, right? Which it's facts. If you didn't record it, it didn't happen. So I squatted 3 plates.
Whoa.
Yeah, I did. I was cool. I said the same thing. I was like, oh, let's go. So
good for you. That's a lot.
Oh, it's heavy. Look, do you want to say? Wait. Oh, I don't even know how. Okay, ready? Wait, let's hit play.
Yes.
Oh, I couldn't do it.
Oh,
yo, 3 plates is so heavy. Oh my
gosh. You looked close though. You looked like you got halfway. No?
You're almost there.
No, do you know what happened? One of my headphones weren't working.
Oh, there we go.
So I don't know why I tried PRing on a day where my headphone wasn't working. I just wanted to record it. But that's what. Oh, actually, Josh wanted to bring up this question. I'm going to ask it anyways. What is your PR song?
You know what? I don't have a specific. I have kind of like, I've been really listening to a lot of Trippie Redd. I don't know why, but he just like I just kind of hype, like bop to his music. I like it. But also, do you guys know Machine Gun Kelly?
Obviously.
Yeah, they,
Wait,
I-
well, I don't know what it is.
He
they
changed
just
his
have-
music.
they like kind of scream at you in their songs, and that just kind of, when somebody's screaming at me, I'm like, let's go, it's game time.
Makes sense. I like that. You know what? You gotta listen to some anime music. Anime,
Oh my God.
because when I tell you, like, you'll never feel something as empowering as someone screaming a different language. Boy, oh,
I'm gonna try that.
literally,
Chris, do you watch anime?
I don't.
all good.
Oh,
Okay,
you gotta get on
guys,
that.
I do have a couple more questions though. So, because this is a question I had. Do you believe that the community that you were a part of helped you with your upbringing?
I would say, just, would you say more like the fitness community are you referring to, or just like,
Yeah.
well, I wouldn't say I was really part of like a specific community, because I kind of changed, gyms to gyms. Like when I went away to school, I was at a different gym that I went to with my boyfriend. Then when I moved back home, I went to like a couple different gyms. And, but I would say, specifically the community of the gym I work at and where I'm a personal trainer at, that community has helped me so much. And I'm so grateful to be a part of such an amazing gym community. Like this gym you walk into, everybody's friends. It's such a vibe. It's such a great community, and everybody's so encouraging. The other personal trainers there and people I work with, I'm really close with, and I love them to death. And it's just helped so much with furthering, in my fitness career, but also just like with powerlifting as well, having people to kind of be there to motivate you and positive vibes all around. So I would say definitely the gym I work at, I that community has just been a game changer in terms of fitness for me.
No, that is awesome.
Sorry, I do have a quick question I want to jump into. Sorry, Josh. I wanted to know, because everyone out there has their own schedule. I have my own schedule where it's like this day I work on chest, this day I work on back. As a power lifter, because I know I don't know if it's any different, but I want to know what your schedule is like on a weekly basis. Do you work out every day? When's your rest day? When's your chest day? Squats, legs, back, etc.
Definitely. Yeah. When it comes to powerlifting, programming is really, really challenging, because there's so many different programs out there, and it's really hard to make one completely from scratch on your own. So what I did is I kind of took one that made the most sense to me, and I really tailored it to address kind of my weak spots and stuff like that. And what I was on, now I'm not on that program anymore. I'm just focusing on rehab and lighter exercises for now, but it was called the Texas. Yeah, it was called the Texas method, and it was really great because it was like 3 days a week, with like the other days you could just do accessory work and mobility on like the 2 other days. But basically like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday regime, where the Monday would be a volume day. So you do like a 5x5 at not your like 100% intensity. Like, so a little bit less than that. Yeah, exactly. And then on the Wednesday, it'd be a light day. So you would just do like a 2x5 for your squats, bench, shoulder press, whatever movements. And then the Friday would be the intensity day. So you go 100% and do like a 1 set of 5. So it was really cool, because each week you kind of let your body go through a full recovery cycle of doing volume, light, and intensity day. So yeah. Exactly. So I really loved that program. I wasn't able to go on it for super, super long because of this injury and everything, but for the time that I was on it, I was starting to see progress for sure. And I really loved, and so it'd be like squatting 3 times a week, and then benching twice a week and deadlifting twice a week as well.
See, that sounds like an amazing program. And like a huge reason why I want to know that is because a lot of people don't know what they should be doing in the gym, and they think they find someone on YouTube. And this is why I'm not the biggest fan of like YouTube gym personal training, that kind of thing, because everyone's tailored differently. Everyone's workouts should be tailored to what they can do.
Definitely 100%. And that's why
Sorry, go on.
Oh, sorry.
I totally forgot what I was going to say. Oh, I hate when that happens. No, sorry. Yeah. So I lost it. It's gone.
Oh, no. You got
Tailor
it.
to your workouts.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, sorry. Injury. So sickness. I had when I was this happened last year. So before I got into weight training, I wanted to focus on my cardio. So
Mhm.
I don't know, Josh, I don't know if you saw this on my story. Like I would be doing calisthenics and running 1.5 miles every day. Every day I was out
Wow.
running for like it. How long did it take me? Like 11, from 11 to like 15 minutes, depending on how tired I was that day or like motivated, whatever. I got sick. It wasn't COVID, but I got super sick.
Oh.
And after a couple days, I stopped working out. I hate getting sick because I feel like if I get sick in the next couple weeks, I don't know how that's going to affect me going to the gym. Cuz like for you, like I don't know after like during this injury, like what you're doing to sort of like get back into like powerlifting again. Like when did the doctor say you'll be not, I know it's going to be hard to be at like 100%, but like
Mhm.
ready to powerlift. Like when did the doctor say you'll be getting there?
Well, the physio that I saw yesterday, he referred me to a different physio to see. And I asked him, I was like, when do you think I'll be able to lift heavy again and power lift? And he was like, honestly, I have no idea because I'm not 100% sure what's going on. I think you need regular treatment. And up until the kind of initial injury happened and everything, I've been just doing a lot of rehab. So focusing on mobility, core work, glute work to help with the back muscles and everything like that. So, and still doing exercises, but instead focusing on okay, let's go a little bit lighter and higher reps and focus
There we
on
go.
mind muscle connection. Go back to the technique because I still want to go to the gym and not just do like side planks for an hour.
Yeah, fair enough. So Josh and I know this guy. His name is Rock Lee, and he got super injured. Like he got hospitalized.
Oh
Josh,
my
why are you
goodness.
laughing? It's not Josh. It's a serious topic. Rock Lee, like he got literally destroyed. So, anyways,
Oh no.
he was.
Injury. It's a leg injury.
It was a leg injury. Okay, and this guy. Sorry, Josh.
It's his ankle, right?
It was his ankle. Yeah, and he was told that he was no longer able to be. No, I can't even. It's from an anime. It's from an anime. But basically, he wanted to be a ninja, and he was told he couldn't be a ninja anymore. That sounds so nerdy, but no, this is this is a no.
He's never gonna be able to fight again. So because
he was told he was never going to be able to be a ninja again,
because he broke his leg.
and he
And
just
we're
want.
talking like full broken leg. Like this was a broken leg. So
That's
Huh?
go on.
No,
Justin.
sorry. I did want to say with wrist, like, even with these injuries, like I don't know like where your mindset is at with like continuing with what you had said previously, like you want to be the strongest woman. How does that how is that affecting you? Like,
it's let me tell you guys, it's been taking a toll on me for sure because now going to the gym, like at first it was, I'm going to the gym to lose weight and be healthy and everything. And then once I kind of accomplished that sort of thing, it became more of this is for my mental health and this is a way for me to cope with stress. So the fact that whenever I go in and lift heavy, it helps me combat any nerves I have, anxiety, stress. It's such a mental thing for me now. And the fact that I am told literally I can't lift heavy, I can't squat, I can't deadlift, it's been taking a huge mental toll on me because I'm like, my coping mechanism is taken away from me. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to figure out, okay, what can I do instead? And I've filled that with still going to the gym and being in that environment, and that atmosphere, because that's what's really great as well. And just tailoring my workouts to something that I can still, make the most out of.
Nah, with that.
yeah, because like it's like it's good to have that mindset because with me, like I don't know why I had this. It's like when I got sick, I stopped working out and that was it.
Mhm.
And like for someone like you, it's like it's your way to like battle like mental health, like cope with it. I'm starting to realize that as well. So, and also I've been doing this for, you know how they say it takes 90 days to build a habit?
Yes.
What is it, March? The end of March? I've been doing this since January, so it's almost been like 90 days. So now, how long have you been working out consecutively?
Consistently, I would say it's been so I really started in the fall of, I would say almost 3 years. No, actually, yeah, almost 3 years now consistently. And the only time I would take a break is if I was going away for, a little trip or something like that. Otherwise, even if I wasn't feeling well and like my stomach really hurt, I would always go. Even those days I really didn't want to. So that's why it's been so hard for me, because it's been such a huge part of my routine. It's literally what I do pretty much every evening, so it's
you're an
it's
evening
hard.
goer.
Yeah, I am. I work, I'm on a co-op term, so I work a 9 to 5 and then I go in the evenings. But I was gonna say too that being able to still personal train has been a huge help as well. So I personal train in the evenings and some weekends as well. And that's been a huge mental help as well, because just helping other people with their goals, I'm kind of lifting vicariously through them.
There we go.
I have a question. What are your thoughts on cold showers in the morning?
Okay, so I've heard so much supporting evidence that it's a really great thing to do. Now, for me, I don't know why, but feeling cold and tired at the same time is the worst possible thing.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's the worst. So I tried to, like, when I was at the gym, apparently if you do the sauna and then you take a cold shower, that kind of thermal cycle is supposed to be really good for your body and like kind of reset things. So I did that. And the cold part was definitely difficult, but I still have not tried the cold shower right in the morning as soon as I get up. But I really do want to. And I think I need to mentally prepare myself first. But I think it's great.
Do you know who Tony Robbins is?
Yeah.
Oh, I love them. He's just a man of wisdom. He's amazing. He was saying that the health benefits for going in a sauna is absolutely fantastic. And Josh, I don't know if you know this, Tony Robbins, every morning, like clockwork, he is in a cold bath every morning.
Wow.
And I'm like,
that's crazy. Go on.
Josh,
that's pure dedication.
That is dedication. Discipline. Oh my God. Do you know how hard it is to be disciplined?
So hard.
It's funny that you mentioned Tony Robbins, because just yesterday, my boyfriend was telling me how he's reading his book about longevity and longevity, and apparently he's doing a lot with like AI and living long and everything. Biohacking, all that stuff. It's really cool.
Man, your boyfriend seems cool. No,
he is. He really is.
Dude.
Because not a lot of people know that stuff, and I'm like, yo, what do you mean you don't know what biohacking is? I mean, you don't know Tony Robbins.
Yeah, and he was just talking about how, apparently Tony Robbins, he had some sort of like really bad back pain, and he got this like stem cell treatment or something, and it like completely went away. And I was like, wow, that is magic. That's so cool.
Yeah, he went like 6 foot after. I think you should.
No, Josh, that's different. That was his tumor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He had a brain tumor that he cured as well.
No, but it still has the brain tumor. He didn't take it out. It's the reason why he's so big is because of the brain tumor. But no, the only reason I know this is because Tony Robbins was on Impulsive, Logan Paul's podcast. Oh, I've listened to that episode 3 times already.
I heard it.
It's so good. I recommend it 100%.
I'm gonna have to watch it for sure.
How often do you go in a sauna?
I would say
sauna in The Good Life, right?
Yeah, I would say probably I try and go twice a week or so. It really depends on.
You really should this is what he said. Go 4 times a week. Like sit there 160 degrees for like 30 minutes.
Really?
Wow.
Oh yeah. I'll get the facts after. I'll text you it. But no, like that. It's like the amount of health benefits that it provides, it was just insane.
I heard there's so many, and especially the injury and everything. I'm like, it's gonna help a lot with that.
And oh yeah, that's another thing. It's like you know those people that get injured and they kind of just let it consume them.
Yes.
I'm really hoping like you don't seem like that type of person to kind of like dwell in like, oh, you know what, I'm injured, I'm just not gonna do anything, like it whatever. I can see that you are a person that focuses on the solution and not the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And
Thanks for
yeah, and I just want you to know, like, obviously there's like whatever you can do, like there's so many options out there, and like obviously like we're here to help you battle through it. But I want to see you back in the gym. I know that I'm gonna be able to see you bench fucking 300 pounds sometime, like in the near future. 100%.
I'm waiting for the next YouTube video. So
thank you guys. I really do appreciate that. And it's so true. You gotta just focus on like, hey, I'm in a bad situation. What can I learn from this, and how can I make it better?
There we go. Focus on the solution, not the problem. Now, I did want to jump into YouTube real quick.
Sure.
Why did you start a YouTube channel?
You didn't watch the introduction, Justin? What the heck?
No, I want everyone listening to understand why she started a YouTube channel.
Come on, all right. For everybody who hasn't watched that video yet, I guess.
I would say no, it's a good question. I would say the main reason why is I want people to learn from the mistakes I made, and I want people to have someone they can kind of go to. If I know, especially in any kind of journey, one of the hardest things is uncertainty. When you're overwhelmed with the amount of information and you don't know where to go next, you don't know who you can kind of turn to. And on my own fitness journey, I didn't really have one person that I could go to with everything. I had to figure out everything on my own. A lot of trial and error, a lot of mistakes were made. And if people can learn from my mistakes and I can help even just one person, that would mean the world to me. I just want to be able to know that people have someone there. And even, I said in my YouTube videos, hey, feel free to slide into my DMs if you have questions. Like, I want to be there for people and really make meaningful connections and be able to be someone that people can turn to in those times of uncertainty on their journeys.
There we go. It only takes one person.
Yeah,
definitely.
Exactly. Yes. Okay. Going back to the sauna thing, like, I feel like the sauna is like kind of a luxury. I don't know if that's like weird. Like I've been in a sauna like one time, and I went in there. It's so hot. It is so hot, and I'm like, dang, is this what like successful people feel like? You know what I mean? I don't know. It's like you're just sweating away. You're in there like sometimes butt naked, sometimes with a towel. I don't know. I haven't been to a sauna in a while.
So
we got 10 minutes left.
No, it's okay. I just Googled this. So sauna benefits. Beyond pleasure and relaxation, emerging evidence suggests that sauna bathing has several health benefits, which includes reduction in the risk of vascular diseases such as high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, stroke, neurocognitive diseases, non-vascular conditions like pulmonary disease, and a bunch more. So honestly, sauna is not a luxury. I mean, it kind of is, depending on what gym you go to, because my gym doesn't have a sauna.
Yeah, just old men. That's all it has.
That's all it has. I used to go to Good Life.
Yeah, it used to be a good life, but now it's the retirement home.
Now it's the retirement life. Oh my god. Okay, Josh, we got it.
Let's go. But yeah, we got a little bit time. Riss, I wanted to ask you a very important question. What do you think there's more of, doors or wheels? In the world.
In the world.
Doors or wheels?
Are there more doors in the world or wheels in the world?
I'm gonna interpret that as, when somebody says like, hey, keep your options open, like doors could be your options. I'm gonna interpret it that way.
You should.
And then okay, good. So I'm thinking doors are the start of new opportunities and wheels maybe are the journey representing. So I would say that you can create your own doors and you can make as many doors as you want. I think that if you put yourself out there and you seek opportunities and things don't come, you don't just wait there for things to kind of fall in your lap. You go out there, you reach out to people, you make those connections. I believe that you can make more doors than wheels, if I answered that correctly.
I love that she didn't take it at face value. She just went and interpreted it her own way.
Oracle like that. That is
I've never heard anyone use it as a metaphor. No, Riz, because there's this thing on TikTok where people are like Is there more doors in the world, or is there more wheels?
I haven't seen that.
Oh, you're on a wrong side of TikTok.
wrong
That's
side of
Dang it. It didn't come up in my feed.
No,
Oh,
and
yeah,
then like
no.
people are like on interviews and like talk shows, they're like, is there more doors or wheels? I'm saying I say there's more wheels. I forget. Yeah, I say there's more wheels in the world.
Just because, like there's a lot of things that rolls.
Yeah, a lot of things that rolls.
Oh, like so literally wheels.
Literal
like
doors
car
and wheels.
all that stuff.
Literal doors and wheels.
Doors or wheels.
Probably wheels then, because
Team Wheels. We're building an army of Team Wheels.
I think wheels, because wait, but if you have a car, some cars have 4 wheels, but then they have like 6 doors.
Think about
But some cars also have only 2 doors.
That's true too.
The 6 doors, they have sliding doors. And what do you need to slide with? Wheels.
A wheel. Okay, Team Wheels. Let's go.
It's funny because people try to justify it with advent calendars and they say all those doors on the advent calendars. But that's
hilarious.
it's okay. I just want to get your opinion on that. I'm just trying to build a wheel army. So
I will be part of the army.
thanks for the metaphor though. I like that. Whenever
I never heard that before. So I was like, maybe this has an alternate meaning or something.
so funny. Sometimes we like to joke around, so it's all good.
Chris, is there anything else you want to tell us and or the listeners?
I just really wanted to thank you guys so much for having me on here. And it was so nice to get to talk to you guys. It's so cool to be able to have a conversation with you guys after I listened to your podcasts and your episodes. I was like, and then now to actually talk to you guys, it's so cool to have that experience. So you guys are awesome guys. Love the podcast. I loved everything that we talked about. So I just really want to thank you for giving me this opportunity.
No, thank you so much. Like this is definitely one of the best podcasts we've had. 100%.
Yay.
Getting whatever, I hope our listeners really, take in what we've said here and, we had fun. This was awesome. Like, thank you so much for, being our guest. Jess, do you have anything to say?
Yeah. And that's the whole reason why we made this podcast, just to talk. That's why it's called the Talks Podcast. I really appreciate you telling your story. And honestly, like for anyone out there listening, like, man, I don't even know which part to key in on. Like, be careful on ego lifting. Don't give up. There's only so much I can say.
You be true to you, everybody.
And yeah, that's exactly it. Be true to yourself.
Yes.
Chris, I really hope the therapist says that you get to lift again soon. I don't know, like whatever treatments you have to go through, like obviously go through it, take care of yourself, take cold showers, baths, go in the sauna. Yeah, biohacking. Go to Sweden and find a doctor that'll inject you with some stem cells. I don't know, whatever it may be. However you can get.
Don't do steroids.
Don't do steroids unless you want to do steroids. I mean, we're not judging anyone that wants to take that route.
Whatever to the 300 pounds, you got it.
No, but that's another thing. Like enjoy. 4 minutes. One last thing. Enjoying the journey. I want to know your opinion on steroids. Is like, do you think obviously people have that goal and they'll do whatever it takes to get to that goal? What is your opinion on like enjoying the journey? Like, would you take like a fast forward step to getting to your goal, or would you rather enjoy the journey getting there?
That's a great way to think about things. And I think enjoying the journey is so important. I would not fast forward, because if I think about all the things I learned and how it's built the person I am today and the character traits that I have as well, then I wouldn't trade that in for the world. Even this experience of this injury has been very humbling to me to say, hey, I need to take a step back, slow things down. And I think that just enjoying the little things and knowing along your journey, compare yourself to compare you today to you yesterday. Don't compare you today to someone else's today, because everyone comes from different journeys. So only look at your own progress. As long as you're going up over the course of a year, that's good. Some months or some weeks you might be having some dips, but look at the big picture and focus on you for sure.
I love that. That's amazing. Chris, thank you so much. That's all the time we have for you guys here today. Thank you so much for listening to another episode of the Talks podcast with your hosts, Justin
and Josh.
Chris, go ahead and plug yourself real quick. Where can people find you?
Yes, if you want, my YouTube channel is Riss Curls, and my Instagram and TikTok as well are Curls with Riss. So feel free to give me a follow or subscribe if you want.
Thank you guys so much, and we will catch you guys next week.
Awesome. Thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye.